Right, going live. Not the kids programme going live, obviously. Outside Parliament, the first Wednesday of May, and as usual, the Campaign for Decency have set up their campaign, and we've got Anna Brooks waving at us, so we'll wave back.
A prosperous country.
Hi, yeah. Right, and it's a busy day in Parliament today. I've just bumped into Michael Portillo. That was a big event, and we're in amongst the Ramonas and the Leavers and God knows what else today. It seems to be a very busy day for the politicians. A lot of security about. Anyway, I'm going to go and meet up with the Campaign for Decency, who's also combined with the Beach Home Survivors Group, and let's just get an update as to what's going on there. Okay, right, Jeff.
Hiya, John.
Jeff, good morning. Let's get you in on it, right?
Keep your wires on with you.
Yeah, we'll do. I've had a wire check. End up checking up some Italian tourists here. But here we are. One of many of our little protests, as it were, outside of Parliament. And any update, Jeff, on events so far?
Yeah, it's been a good day today. The ladies from Beach Home are doing a marvellous job. Absolutely fantastic. Really having a lot of impact. I know we've got a bit of a march going on here. Is that another Brexit march?
Let's see if we can get some. Come on, there's the Gurkhas are here now. They're showing unity. So come on now. Let's. We're going to get in amongst the Gurkhas, and we're going to drum up a bit of support with the Gurkhas. Right. You see, the Gurkhas have suffered injustice by the British government, and let's go and show our respect for these fellas. Right, quite incredible march they put on. We might even see old Joanna Lumley. Let's see if we can pull her in. Right, here we go. Here we go. You can see the Gurkhas. Again, we're seeing unity here. You're all standing together, yeah?
Yeah.
And what are you standing for, sir? What is it today? What is your...
But today, actually, we are has to be paying the right equal pay and pensions.
Equal pay and pensions,
Equal pension, yeah.
Okay, lovely. Well,
Yeah.
well, I'll give you my support. I'm an ex-police detective.
Okay.
And I'm standing up for the rights of children
Right.
that have been abused in the care system
Right.
and have been ignored.
Right.
So I'm trying to sort of get as much support. So
you.
I would like your support from
Thank
the
you.
Gurkha Regiment.
Yes.
Well, God bless.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your support.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So there we go. We've got the Gurkha Regiment officially giving us their support.
The way that the wind runs, and I think there's a bias in the Home Office against.
This is quite incredible, eh?
Hindus. If you're an extremist Islamist, they let you in and they let you stay. If you're a Gurkha, if you're a Christian.
Right. Going to go around the front, Jeff.
Buddhist or Hindu.
Right. Right, we can see that people are rallying around to show, and rightly so, support for the Gurkhas, and they're feeling let down by the Crown. See? Right, well, I'm walking with the Gurkhas, and again, it's a bit like I said with the taxi drivers, how they stand together. They stand together and get things done, and the majority of people stand by them because they're a decent institution. And again, with the Gurkha Regiment, people like the Gurkhas. They stand by them because they're an honourable institution, and they're being shafted by the government. The government is spending a fortune on absolute dire nonsense. Yet when it comes to dealing with things that matters, they don't want to know. And this is absolutely appalling. I'm going to come around the front here. Hello, sir. Hello. I'm sort of here every month. I'm an ex-police detective, and I campaign for police whistleblowers to be protected, and for also the cover-ups involving child prostitution to stop. And we have a real difficult time getting the government to listen to us because they just don't want to. And what I'm seeing here is solidarity. And I think it's an important thing. You need to stick together in order to get the message out. Otherwise, they will never listen. And everything done in a peaceful manner, but in a rightful and respectful manner. So, thank you for what you're doing. And, you have my support. I'd like to think you have our support as well. Thank you so much. Right, God bless. There we go. Another bit of support from another Gurkha.
Want to shake their hands.
No, they've been lovely. They were on side with what we're doing.
Good, yeah. They were on our side.
They're definitely on side with everything we do.
If they weren't there, we wouldn't have won.
So. And again, stand together. And what we're looking at here, Moira, is the fact that their message is that the British government have abandoned them.
Yeah,
like the British government abandoned you as a child.
Yeah, they have.
We got Moira and we got Sue here. Both of them were in the care system, and both of them were abandoned. They were abandoned, and they were thrown really to these vile wolves that attacked and abused them. And nothing was done. And even now, trying to get justice. So we're seeing so many people fed up of this government, fed up of the cover-ups. Fed up of their inability to do anything. And,
brilliant. This is brilliant.
I'm going to do a walk.
This is fantastic.
Absolute. A lot of respect for what you're doing. I'm an ex-police detective, and I'm standing up because I stood up against the government and they tried to bully me, and I wouldn't have it about child abuse. So I love what you're doing. Oh yeah. I know you.
Well, I know you.
I don't know. What's your name?
Archie.
Archie. Jon Wedger's my name.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Yeah. You seem a familiar lad.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you, Archie.
And you, take care.
You saved the Gurkha then. Right. So there we go. Let's just show. And the wives have come along. Namaste. See? And they're lovely. Well done. Get the message out to them. Get the message out to them. They need to be told. They need to be told. Very good. So,
I had to go 2 miles on a bus that far enough.
Got an ex-soldier there. So what an incredible day. So this is what it needs. Jeff, when you look at
amazing people, the Gurkhas are fantastic.
All right, mate. When you're looking for what they're fighting for exactly the same thing that the victims and survivors of abuse are fighting for.
Absolutely.
They're fighting for justice. And the need to be heard. And all they ever do is get subdued. And the only way
anybody that supports, that's got integrity, believes in a level playing field, old British values, like the Gurkhas, like the Windrush generation, Christians and Hindus, in this country, the Home Office is discriminating actively against Christians and Hindus and showing bias to Wahhabist extremism. Clearly it is. But it's not just the Wahhabis who are being pretty much sanctioned and condoned. There's also they're against Shia Islam. They don't want Shia Islam in, who are very progressive and very, very tolerant.
Well, you saw
extremism.
You saw what the British government did in Iran and in Iraq when they deliberately put the Sunnis in charge of the
Home
Shias.
Office wants the clash of civilisations. It wants to get rid of Christians. It wants to get rid of the Hindus, the people that support old British values. They want a new Britain of extremists.
Well, what we've seen is, if I pan round, Parliament Square is awash not just with the Gurkhas. There are lads from other regiments that have turned up.
A lot of ex-services.
A lot of ex-service guys, all showing their support. We'll have a chat with that fellow in a minute. He looks like he might know me. And they're sitting together. And what we're calling out for is victims and survivors groups. There has been a lot of infighting, but that needs to stop. And what we're planning in August is victims and survivor groups to come together, peacefully come together, no division, no paranoia, no blaming anyone for being MI5 or whatnot. Let's come and let's do what these guys have done.
Unity.
Yeah, bring your banners, and let's have a march.
Come on.
You know, and it's
Look at Extinction Rebellion. I mean, like, for a tree, they get 100,000 people turn up. But for a kid,
child abuse,
you get 5.
nothing. Yeah, exactly.
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm just reading the book at the moment. I'm going to be doing an interview very shortly with a young lady who was kept in care as an infant, and she was actually kept in a shed and lived her life in a shed. This was in the 1970s, same time I was growing up. And she's going to give her testimony, and the social services knew about it. She was taken to military bases to be raped. Again, another consistent which keeps cropping up.
Yep.
And there was medical staff doing the abortions, police covering it up.
Absolutely.
Again, we're hearing the same thing time and time again.
Story never changes.
And it's about time we stood against decency. We've now got our good friend Mike Veal. Where's my mic? I don't know where my mic is. My mic's down here, so I've lost my mic. Our good friend Mike Veal is now willing to speak out. So,
And you've seen the heat Cleveland have been getting?
yeah, exactly.
As,
Yeah,
you know, just by coincidence,
By
Mike's
coincidence.
thinking of coming out, and then
Yeah.
Cleveland are getting demonised all over the place.
yeah. You see, it's happening there. This rot is slowly coming out, and it takes, but for these good people to do something, you know, to do something, and they are doing something, and this is absolutely
We've
brilliant.
got a lot in common with these guys.
We have a hell of a lot in common with these guys. So I'm just going to go in and amongst, in and around. How are you, gentlemen? How are you? God bless you. God bless you. My name's John. I'm an ex-police detective. I'm now a whistleblower.
Well done, John. Good man.
And I speak out because I was involved in the cover-up. I wasn't involved in it. I exposed the cover-up of child prostitution within London. And the police tried to, basically imprison me on 9 occasions to shut me up. I now campaign tirelessly for victims and survivors of abuse to have their voice.
Brilliant. Well done.
I'll go around the country taking testimony from people that have been in care homes and giving them the voice. So it's
that's fantastic.
and I like what's happening here today.
Yeah.
I like the solidarity.
Yeah.
You know, the people coming and yourself. What's your angle on it? You're an ex-military veteran.
Yeah, ex-military. I joined the Royal Corps of Transport,
Oh, did you?
so I just drove the army and drove a truck.
Yeah.
Then I went airborne support for a little while,
Yeah.
and then we've become the Royal Logistics Corps, so it's more sort of trucking and logistics. And I've finished out in the army after 22 and a bit years in 2005.
Right.
And now, over the last 2 or 3 years, since the Ariana Grande concert
Yeah.
bombing up in Manchester, we formed a group called Veterans Against Terrorism,
Right. Lovely.
and I too, along with 18,000 like-minded men and women, just travel the country.
Right, let's give that a plug. So it's Veterans Against Terrorism.
Veterans Against Terrorism.
Right, God bless you. So that's sending out a good message.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And well, I'd like at some point to link in with Veterans and Terrorism, and if they could
Do that.
lend a support, and we'll lend a support as well.
That will be fantastic, John.
I mean, this government seems to do a hell of a lot when it comes to nonsense, but when it comes to helping children, they couldn't give a toss.
Yeah.
Couldn't give a toss.
Yeah.
And our society is damaged due to the abuse of children.
Yes.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
And they're really
Agreed.
not worried. So,
Agreed.
But look, what's your first name?
I'm Simon Bean.
Simon
I'm
Bean.
known as the Maverick Veteran.
The Maverick Veteran, right?
You
so we've
can
got
find me
them,
on YouTube.
The Maverick Veteran.
Maverick Veteran.
So we'll be looking him up and
Find me on YouTube.
and let's see if we can link in at some point.
Yeah, you'll find all my old videos
Good.
and all the rest of it. I'll give you a card.
Oh, look at that. It's got a card. You see that? They're always so organised, these ex-military. If that was a copper, he'd go, I've got a pen here somewhere. And they'd have scribbled it, hello, all right. You got me. All right.
There you go, John.
Here we go. Here we go. Right. Simon Bean.
How's
It
me?
probably comes up backwards, but going to have a wander around. See, it's turned out colourful, isn't it?
Do you know who I am? No, you don't.
No, you tell me.
Beach home survivors.
Beach home survivor. I know you are. I know you're a beach home survivor. I just didn't know which one.
Jean.
Jean. All right.
Jean.
Jane. All right. Jim. Well, God bless you, Jane.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see a lot more of you.
You probably will. Not now, though.
Yeah. A bit noisy. Oh, what's this? Mum? Cleaners.
I wanted to meet you because I never met you.
Oh right, lovely. Yeah. Well, I'll have a chat with you afterwards. If anything you want to do on camera for us, then all right. See, this is what happens, Simon. Gene's a veteran of the kids' home. It damages them for life. They never get over it, and they just want justice, you know. And a lot of them suffer mental health problems, alcoholism, drugs, and suicide's the ultimate thing. And you know, 80% of our prison population come from the care homes because they were raping them, and the police deliberately covered it up, and they did. You know,
I really admire what you do, John.
Yeah.
I honestly do.
So,
I really do.
If we can get some of the veterans behind us, and some of the biker gangs behind us, and some of that,
We've got ties in with them.
oh, you know,
Rolling Thunder.
yeah,
We can tie loads in.
we can get in there. We can, you know, let's have a little day of upset, not rage, a bit of a day of
That's
upset,
it.
and then we can have a pint afterwards.
Outstanding.
God bless you, big man.
Outstanding.
See you later. There, I will do. There we go. Look, the call's gone out. The call's gone out to the ex-servicemen, and they're going to help. The Gurkhas love them, absolutely love them. We've called out to the taxi drivers. Again, we've seen solidarity there, and we just know we need to band together now. But we need to band together for the right reason, and the right reason being is the child abuse. You know, let's make the police accountable for what they've done and what they haven't done. Let's see these chief constables in the dock. You know, let's see these medical staff that treat these kids and never recorded it. Let's see them in the dock. Let's see these care home workers in the dock. Let's find these paedophiles and let's hold accountable. I'm getting too many people now saying that the police are no further action in their cases. Let me tell you now, that's not down to lack of evidence. That's down to laziness and incompetency, and that's what it is. 80% of all aviation accidents are down to human error. Do not think it's because they haven't got the evidence. They have got the evidence. You make an allegation that a man's raped you or whoever, the police should be going around there knocking on his door and searching his house. Right or wrong, that's how it should be done. And to do nothing, which is exactly what they're doing, is laziness, incompetence and lack of experience. And that's not how we used to work. It was one of the easiest things in the world to get a warrant for child abuse images. It was so easy, it was almost laughable. So these coppers that say they can't get it, and these victims that have been fobbed off with that, don't accept it because it's bullshit, it's bollocks, and they're lying to you, right? The police now, crime reporting officers, they are now told to get rid of, to bosh 80% of all our allegations. So 80% of everything, that is a target for them to write it off and not investigate it, right? Need to be complaining, we need to be taking this to higher office because we are being failed and we are being failed monumentally. So anyway, my battery's running low. Hiya, I just want to say what an incredible experience this is, and what a lovely bunch of guys, you know. And their wives have come and they just want fairness, which is all we want. We want fairness, you know. And some of these guys, they're supporting hundreds of service medals. Just looking at your medals, sir. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. My word. You know, serving a country that's not even theirs. You know, I mean, I'm not a fan of war. I'm not a fan of the rationale behind war, but those guys that go and fight it, it's not their fault. A lot of them have come from poverty, and for a lot of people, the army is the way out. So, right, over and out. You know. Right, I'm going to finish this and go back to my place outside Parliament where I belong, and keep the campaign going. So I'll keep you updated. I'll charge my phone and I'll try and keep things updated as I go. And there will be an interview going out by a woman called Jenny. It'll probably be the most harrowing interview I've done to date. We've just got to sit down and really have a meeting before we do the interview. It will be very uncomfortable listening, so please, those that want to continue to support me, listen. I think anyone who's got children must listen to this interview. anyone who has dealings with social services must listen to this interview, and anyone with any humanity must listen to this interview. This woman is telling the truth, and it is so shocking, it is nauseating. So please stay tuned.